Meanwhile, in the United States, Donald Trump is on a pardon spree. 2 Republican politicians, 4 convicts connected to the Russia probe, 4 former security officials accused of war crimes, and the disgraced father of his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. These are just a few individuals who have been pardoned by President Donald Trump. A total of 41 pardoned by the US president in a matter of 2 days. 41 people. What is a presidential pardon, you may ask? Who are the people Donald Trump has pardoned, and what are the charges against them? In this report, we shall discuss. First of all, a presidential pardon is an act that completely sets aside the punishment for a federal crime. In simpler words, it means that you're forgiven for crimes that you have or you may have committed. If you're in jail, you'll walk out. If you're out, the case against you cannot be revived. The only thing that the pardon does not give you is a clean slate. It does not wipe out the record of your conviction. So who has Donald Trump pardoned? Like I said, it's a long list. On Tuesday, Trump issued pardons to 15 people, 15. On Wednesday, he pardoned 26 more, 41 people in 48 hours. And this is in addition to several others he has pardoned since election day. More than 60 so far. I'll tell you the names that stand out. Duncan Hunter, a former Republican congressman who in 2019 pleaded guilty for misusing campaign funds. Chris Collins, another former Republican representative, he pleaded guilty last year for conspiring to commit a securities fraud, besides making false statements to the FBI. Then we have Paul Manafort, Trump's former campaign chairman. Roger Stone, one of Trump's oldest friends. Manafort was convicted for conspiring to obstruct the investigation of his crimes. And Roger Stone was convicted of witness tampering to protect Trump in the Russia probe, the Mueller probe. Then we have national security officials, Nicholas Slatton, Paul Slow, Evan Liberty, and Dustin Hurd. 4 security contractors who were convicted for their role in the 2007 massacre of 14 unarmed Iraqi civilians in Baghdad. They have been pardoned by the commander-in-chief. George Papadopoulos, a former Trump campaign aide who pleaded guilty to Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election, he too has been pardoned. Alex van der Zwaan, the Dutch son-in-law of Russian billionaire German Khan, has been pardoned. This man was charged for lying during the Mueller investigation about being in contact with a Trump campaign official. And then we come to the most controversial pardon of them all. Charles Kushner, a wealthy real estate executive and the father of Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Charles Kushner pleaded guilty to tax evasion and to lying to the US Election Commission. He also pleaded guilty to witness tampering, and you must listen to this very carefully. Charles Kushner's brother-in-law was cooperating with investigators in tax evasion charges against Kushner. So Kushner Sr. decided to do something. He hired a sex worker to lure his own brother-in-law. Then he videotaped the encounter and sent that tape to his sister as blackmail. Who does that? The attorney looking after this case had called it, and I'm quoting, one of the most loathsome and disgusting crimes he had ever prosecuted. But all of Charles Kushner's crimes were set to be whitewashed. He has been pardoned by his relative, the President of the United States of America. Now, here's the thing. American presidents pardon convicts. This is part of a tradition. Most presidents before Donald Trump have used the pardon to address systemic injustice, like racist drug sentences or politically motivated punishments. But Donald Trump is using his powers to pardon allies, loyalists, and family members. He is testing the limits of the many constraints of his powers. And he's undermining the very motive of a presidential pardon. So pardon me for saying this. We shall not be surprised if Donald Trump takes things one step further and becomes the first American president to pardon himself.
Corn, I hereby grant you a full pardon. Thank you, Corn.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.